Hello, welcome to the class. This is our first video. We're going to start with a handful of videos about some course information. And then at the end of this set of videos, there'll be a couple of videos about chemistry. We'll start with kind of some broad information. We'll start very high level with a course overview. So the highest level, this is Chemistry 1412 or General Chemistry 2. I hope that's what you thought you signed up for. My name is Dr. Dunnington. I'm going to be your instructor for both lecture and the online lecture and the on-campus lab portion of the class. So there is a course prerequisite that you have successfully passed, Chemistry 1411, that's General Chemistry 1. That would be the number here. If you took General Chemistry 1 or you tested out, if you took it somewhere else at a different number or you tested out of it, that's fine. You're just going to have the equivalent of General Chemistry 1, so covering kind of fundamental topics of chemistry. And then this semester, we're going to apply those and look at kind of some more complicated descriptions of chemistry. So the class is going to be organized into week, and generally every week we'll have the same schedule. On weeks where we have tests, we will break the schedule, right? We won't have like homeworks after a test. We won't do labs and stuff like that. But generally every week, you're going to have 2 sets of video lectures. So this is the same as coming to campus twice a week for lecture. It's just you're watching videos that I've pre-made that you're watching, and each of those will have an assignment associated with it. That's basically the same thing as like coming and sitting in class and answering questions. And those are going to be due every Tuesday and Friday night. You will also have 2 online homeworks on Active, which is a system outside of Blackboard. Those will be due every Wednesday and Saturday. Okay, and then we'll also do 1 lab activity per week. So we will meet Wednesdays at 11 a.m. on campus, 11 to 1. So we'll do the full 2 hours. The lab assignments will all be run through Blackboard. So even though we're doing on-campus labs, you'll like answer questions beforehand on Blackboard. You'll record your observations on Blackboard. Then you will submit responses to like questions after you're done with the lab. That will all be on Blackboard. So part of it is going to be due before we meet at Wednesday at 11 a.m. Part of it will be due Sunday night after we've completed the lab. So this will be the schedule every week, excepting test weeks and like Thanksgiving and stuff. So here's what that looks like with all of our due dates. So Monday will always be open. Tuesday, you have a participation. Wednesday, and all these are due at midnight unless I've noted otherwise. So Tuesday, at the end of the day, participation. Wednesday, you have those pre-assignments for lab due at 11 a.m. Midweek homework due at night. Thursday, nothing's due. Friday, you have a lecture participation due at Friday or at midnight. Saturday, you have the week homework. Sunday, you have the post lab. So this is going to be our kind of crude schedule every week, or not crude schedule, the schedule of due dates every week. So this is when things are due each week. That doesn't mean that you need to do things on those days. Because lecture is online, you can watch videos whenever you want and turn things in whenever you want. I do have a lot of due dates, you'll note, through the week. The goal is you can watch whatever pace you want, as long as it's fast enough, right? You got to keep up. So you can start watching videos on Monday. Then you can finish watching the videos on Tuesday and turn in the participation. You can do the pre-lab stuff on Tuesday. Thursday, again, you can start watching videos, finish them on Friday. You can start doing the week homework early in the week. You could get real on top of it. On Monday, you could finish the participation. It's not due until Tuesday, but you could finish it on Monday. You could do all of your lab stuff on Wednesday. You could then on Thursday finish the participations. Not due till Friday, but you can turn it in on Thursday. You could do it on Wednesday. You could do it on Tuesday. Saturday, you could do the week homework and the post lab. In this case, you're not doing anything on Sunday, right? The due dates are when you have to turn it in. You can do everything early in the class. It is up to you. Things will be posted. Weeks will become visible Friday at 8 a.m. of the preceding week. So right now you can only see week 1, but this Friday, week 2 will pop up. You can work ahead this weekend, whatever you want to do, or you can just hit things on due dates. That's what I would do. You're more than welcome to do that whenever you want to. So with that in mind, I want to step over to Blackboard now and kind of look at some of the structure in the class and where you're going to find some things.
All right, so welcome to the Blackboard page. So this will be the website that we use for all content information, all delivery, everything will be posted here. All grades will be run through here. So I want to just kind of orient you to where everything is going to be. So first off, you'll note this is a module. So this little symbol means you can open it up and there's material in there. This is all course information. So there's a course syllabus, which is like the kind of complete document description of everything about the class, every potential policy, including a lot of college policies. So it's quite long. And so I also have made kind of more bite-sized documents. So first off, we have just the course schedule. So you can see the schedule for the class, what we're going to do each week, what the lab's going to be, where the tests are, all the assignments. I also have a course overview, which is a similar document or similar idea in that there is the schedule in there, but it's also got a couple of pages with information, kind of just the highlights of what you need to know about participation quizzes, testing, online homework, lab, lecture, right? Kind of important things that everyone's going to need to know. I have other stuff in here: contact, grade breakdown, active, the homework, lead college student services, like information from the college about everything that's available as a resource. So I encourage you to take a look at all this stuff, and this is always going to be available at the top of the Blackboard page. If we scroll beneath that, you can see there's a course introduction video. Hopefully you already got started because you're watching this current video. This course introduction video is something of just me talking about the class, which has some information. Hopefully you watched. I sent it out over the weekend. You'll also note that there's kind of like a lot of announcements at the top of the Blackboard page. These will always be here, right? Like there's on-campus lab, they will appear and disappear as kind of we move through the class, but there'll be new kind of announcements as new kind of events are happening that I want to make sure you're aware of. Then you'll note we have weeks and we have lecture slides. So this is the kind of the meat of the class. Right now we only have week 1. We'll eventually have through week 15 all visible for you. And then so you would go in there and navigate the lecture slides. Will also always be here. These are just the PowerPoints that exist. There will be more PowerPoints to become available, more in Chapter 10, more chapters below Chapter 10 as we move through additional weeks. So right now we're only in week 1. It opens up. You'll note we're in the lecture right here. All the information will always be available in the week modules. Everything will be always run through there. And you're watching videos inside of the lecture already, so hopefully you navigated to there. There's also additional learning resources. There's links to the homework, the participation assignments. Everything for the week is contained within there. If you do have any questions about anything, don't hesitate to reach out. Otherwise, we got to continue on. We'll get more focus on the video, kind of these videos go on different aspects of the course overall, and then more focused on different parts of the class, different types of assignments and things like that. So got to keep watching the videos. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.